Podcast Land, Podcast Land, Podcast Land. It's me, Maddie, the CEO of Watch Your Dogs. Or more accurately, it's me, grown-up Madison, hosting the series on tech governance on the podcast, How We Manage Stuff. How We Manage Stuff. You know, one of the great things about being a child business leader is that you grew into an understanding of governance. When I started, I believed that I could do anything. I was boss. I was CEO. And what they did, it was sort of like learning about your parents, really, or your teachers. Gradually, you learn that they are making decisions on your behalf and that they are thinking about things that you don't appreciate. To understand the relationship between governance and technology, we're looking at the story of SidePocket, a startup from the early 1990s. SidePocket was the company of Vinny, who was my mentor and dear, dear friend. In this episode, we're looking at the conflict between technical goals and investment goals. It's the spring of 1991. Things are going well. Vinny's going to a business luncheon in San Jose. He's going with Carl and Molly. Carl was an early investor in SidePocket and is on the board. Molly worked for Carl and was the investor's representative at SidePocket and served as general manager of daily operations. We join the story when Molly and Carl arrive at the SidePocket offices in Silicon Valley.
There's Vinny.
What's he doing over there?
That's the SidePocket office.
Vinny! Over here!
Thanks for picking me up.
No trouble, amigo. It was on the way.
So, what's the news?
1,087,113.
Really?
As of last night. 1,087,113.
So we did it.
We did it. $1 million in revenue for 1 month.
I would say it's a grand day to celebrate.
That's gross, right? And receivable?
Gross, yeah, but it's money received. Funds in the bank.
Hey, buddy! Milk it or drive it. Make up your mind. So you crossed $1 million receivable in what? January?
February.
Announce a victory and throw a party. Let all of Silicon Valley know.
It grew so fast, I wanted to be sure.
This is what success is like. Let them know that you have arrived. Hey!
Sure. We could use it as a recruiting party.
Do we know?
Yeah, his resignation arrived in the mail today.
At least we know. He vanished, 5 days ago?
You can see who's been wrapped up in sales figures. Didn't show up for work on April 3rd.
Who are we talking about?
Jay. He was one of the senior developers.
Did he give a reason?
Didn't like what we were stocking in the kitchen.
Sure. Shows that all that free food is an unneeded expense, doesn't do any good.
But it doesn't cost much, and it's what our programmers expect.
Yeah, they'll work through the night if they've got good coffee, frozen pizza, and a choice of cereal for breakfast.
Programmers are nocturnal. They'll work through the night without any of that stuff. They'd order takeout pizza and pay for it. Cheaper for you, healthier for them.
Healthier? Yeah, right.
Where did this Jack go anyway?
Borland.
Good for him. Borland is the place to be. Great leadership. Really know what's happening. It's going to whoop Microsoft like it's a playground brawl. Hey, driving Miss Crazy, pick a lane.
Isn't there one way?
Yeah.
Going the other way?
Right. Oh, right. Fix that.
Instead of just replacing Jay, we should really beef up the development staff.
That's what you're thinking.
If we can hold this $1 million a month, we'll start getting some reserves. We can afford.
You're not going to blow this money on staff. How did we get on San Carlos?
Our tech staff is a little weak, and we have to get ready for Windows.
You're turning $1 million a month with the staff you got.
Plus Jay.
Sure. But here's the thing. Windows is a dream in Bill Gates' eye. Jobs couldn't make it work. You got to spend the money to control the market. That's what the board's going to say.
That's the point. We want to be ready for the shift to the next technology.
There's no shift. There's only this month and next month. There's the Westin.
We're going to the Fairmont.
Yeah, right. You want to clear the market, and you want to clear it fast while it's cheap.
Clear meaning what?
There's 8 firms in your sector?
But only 4 matter, maybe 5.
You got to buy 2 of them. 3 if you can get them.
That's a lot of work to integrate them.
Oh, Mal. You're still thinking B school, aren't you? At this stage in the market, you might find someone to replace Jerry if you can get their loyalty or buy it. But the rest?
We still need to focus on the next generation production.
If you don't control the market, there'll be no next generation.
Fairmont is over there.
See it? Technology. Generation. If you control the market, who cares if your product isn't quite up to date?
Is this you or the board?
Molly will tell you. You may have $1 million for this month, but you have to make the right decision for next month if you want to keep your company.
Welcome to the Fairmont Hotel.
Thank you, sir. We'll be back after the round table, hour and a half. Catch you inside, kids.
Think he's serious?
About his money? What do you think?
I'd just like to build a company, get control of technology, and feel that we're not jumping from crisis to crisis.
But he has a point.
Shall we go in?
I'll meet you there.
I met Carl a couple of times. I was a kid. Watcher Dogs. That was my company at the time. Watcher Dogs. He thought I was cute. You know, podcast land. Cute. A quality of attractiveness that comes from being vulnerable and innocent. That's the definition. Cute puppies. Cute kittens. Cute little girls. I don't think Carl ever called companies cute. Cute companies. Companies that are attractive because they are undercapitalized and naively managed. Cute little startups. He'd buy these little vulnerable companies, pat them on the head, and give them a piece of candy before stealing any asset they might have. Vinny liked Carl, though Vinny genuinely liked almost everyone. He felt Carl had taken a risk on Side Pocket and guided it towards success. But there were times, podcast land, when you felt angry or threatened or disrupted. That's a good use for the word. Vinny could find himself disrupted by Carl. So after that drive, Vinny needed to talk. So somewhere in this entrepreneur mashup lunch, Vinny found a sympathetic ear in Rick. I don't know much about Rick. He met Vinny a couple of years before. He'd been through several big old school businesses. IBM, maybe, or HP. And he was a good listener.
So this bugged you?
No, I mean, yeah. Well, Carl was right. We do want to control our market, at least as much as we can.
So what's the problem? Too heartless?
No, it's rough. I know that.
Didn't want to think about it. Like you don't want to think about what goes into hot dogs.
Maybe. I don't know. I wanted to build a business, an organization.
So you could be in charge.
No, well, maybe a little. But at least I know I want to be in charge.
Because self-aware egotism is the best kind.
Well, sure. Who doesn't want? But I really wanted to do something, make something, or provide a service.
Sure.
My grandmother was a domestic. I don't really know what her life was like, what it felt like to work. Rich people who would barely acknowledge that you're worth respecting.
All right.
But she always talked with great pride about the dinners she would prepare and how she would set the table and decorate the centerpiece.
Okay.
That pride, the pride of accomplishment.
Sure.
I don't want to feel that I'm put on earth to kill another person's dreams.
Killing others' dreams. Welcome to daily life in Silicon Valley.
Hey, Karen. How you doing?
Okay. We're doing okay. Hoping this recession clears soon.
Aren't we all?
You gonna introduce me to your friend, or should I just raise my paw and tell him that I know him?
You know me?
Vinny, Side Pocket, $1 million gross revenue last month.
Wow.
You want to guess what I learned first?
Karen knows more financial gossip than
News.
anyone in the valley.
News. It's legitimate news, Rick. Karen. I'm with CalFed.
A banker.
Yes, a banker. But now you know you can no longer guess.
Guess what?
So, what brings you here today?
Usual things. See if I can learn a little news. Check out the freshman class of entrepreneurs to see if any of them are cute. See if there are any customers with the means to pay me back.
Not sure if you're going to get any of that here.
Don't be so confident, big boy.
Oh?
You look like the kind of CEO that could use a flexible line of credit.
You see? She only pretends to be interested in you.
Not for us. We're doing fine.
Oh, Rick, they are so cute at this age, aren't they? Just adorable. Carl of GMP is your board chair, isn't he?
Board member.
Doesn't matter. He's going to send you on a shopping trip. There'll come a time, maybe next quarter, maybe next year, when an extra $500K in ready financing will be attractive. I'll fax over the paperwork tonight. It won't cost you a dime until you need it.
Sure.
And then we can have lunch to talk about other options. Be right back. I need to talk to... Wait. Next week, Tuesday?
Don't let it go to your head. She's only interested in one thing, and it isn't your boyish good looks.
Exit music, podcast listeners. I'm supposed to tell you the lessons from this episode, but there aren't any lessons. None. Just a couple of suggestions about how you need to think about your relationship with your governance, because you need to think, podcast listener. You do. This is me, Madison. Oh, and Maddie, the CEO.